Hi, everybody. FYI, before I get started, I was more scared of how long it would take me to block you and get on here than entertainment of that filth that you ran through my video feed. That's how scared I am. But I heard that someone got arrested. Don't push that off on me. I'm not the one pushing the stroke of a pen. But if I had that type of power, I would do the exact same thing. You're not going to sit up there and do that to our kids, even my kids. But mostly these people that are going to be productive for the new generation wave of technology, innovation. Don't feed our kids that meth, that disgusting fentanyl. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So today, we are going to be doing the skies of tomorrow. I'm glad I spent less than 2 minutes on this clown. The skies of tomorrow. Aviation history, stealth military, everything. Everything. I want you all to know that when I get started, I'm going to try to research every topic. And when this happens, I hope you guys learn something, because all I'm about to do is research through Grok and look at pictures along the way. Go between Grok and ChatGPT. And we're about to learn something based on the questions I just gave you. So let's read from script. Hello, followers and distinguished guests. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show 2.0. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. As many of you know, I wanted to do a special show every day until I began the college at Colorado Technical University. Tonight, I wanted to explore something that has always sparked my interest, but I have never fully discussed before. Airports, aviation, military aircraft, and the future of flight. Did you know there are over 40,000 airports in this world, with thousands operating daily across the United States alone? Aviation has completely transformed the way humanity travels, conducts business, protects nations, and explores the unknown. There's really still unknown territory amidst this world, especially with AI. Tonight, we will discuss when and where the very first airport was built, the newest airports being developed around the world, the possibility of future airports and futuristic air travel systems, military aircraft and stealth technology, the newest stealth aircraft being discussed by President Trump in the United States military, the first generation of weaponized aircraft ever built, why civilian aircraft remains critical to the global economies and transportation. Yes, I asked those questions, but they tweaked it to a more modern look. The evolution of older airplanes versus today advanced aircraft technology. Boeing's newest aircraft developments and the growing competition with China's aviation industry. The possible future airplane of tomorrow and the technology it may contain. The oldest aviation technology compared to the newest artificial intelligence driven systems. I swear to God, I asked all of this. I'll show you the data. And it was in the smallest, this is bullet point. All he did was reworded. The history of Area 51, what remains one of the most mysterious military locations in America. Stories and testimonies from individuals who claim to have visited or worked near Area 51. UFO and unidentified aircraft reports that have surfaced over the decades. The importance of airplanes, both large and small, from commercial aviation to military defense systems. And we're gonna go through, and if it ends up being a second to this, so be it, but I'm gonna try to get through all of them, all the bullet points. Okay. The very first airport is widely recognized as College Park Airport in Maryland, and this was established in 1909 in the United States. Since then, aviation technology has evolved from simple propeller aircraft into highly advanced stealth systems capable of avoiding radar detection. Wow, I didn't put that part. I just, I didn't know this. I read it. Oh, yes, I read it. But I wanted him to explain everything and learn as y'all learn. Because some of y'all know, but some of y'all are in Maryland now and didn't know that. Y'all know of College Park. I know of a College Park, Maryland. But I did not know there was a College Park Airport in Maryland in 1909. So let's get started. Okay. Bear with me, you guys. I gotta copy this. We're not gonna do it the hard way. Okay. Let me connect you guys. Mm-mm. That's what I put. Just FYI. Let's start with a new time. It should answer. Okay, we got some answers. It's gonna go. We did the newest airports being developed around. No, I skipped one, which was this one, right? When and where the first airport was built? Yeah, 1909, College Park or College Park. It was different. It was College Park something. I know it was College Park, Maryland, but it was College Park. I don't like when I don't get an answer right. Hold up, y'all. They called it something else. College Park. Everybody know College Park, Maryland. Airport. Okay. Yeah, I should have known that. That was a simple task. Anyway, so I'm fact checking my damn self. So anyway, let's get started. The newest airports being developed around the world. Several major airports are currently under development or expansion as nations prepare for future travel, demand, and global commerce. Understood. Noida International Airport, or IDA, it could be IDA, ice, ice cream. I don't know. Noida. You got the I in there, and that's like it depends on if that's a American word or not. It could be pronounced like something else that I know, that I don't know, but that I know. No, let's just go with Noida. Noida. International Airport is one of the largest airports in India and is expected to become a major international hub. Yeah, they have a lot of exports and cool stuff. You know, the other cool thing, like I got to interview a guy that was Indian. I want to say he was on IST, Indian Standard Time. He did everything. I know I let him down in a sense, but he did everything, and I'm sorry for that. But it was never about him. But he did everything, like be 9 hours either early or late, that I know, to get on my show. And he's famous there. He talks about healing and everything. I forgot his name, and I don't want to damage it, so I'll try to find his film again because I always play it and I don't care. King Solomon. Dang, they naming stuff King Solomon International Airport. I've never been in places like this. It's being designed to become one of the largest airports in the world. Wow, I wouldn't want to get lost there. Wow. Supporting Saudi Arabia's vision of 2030 modernization plan. Changi Airport in Terminal 5 is a massive expansion project on automation. Where's this at? Sustainability and AI assistant. Oh, y'all need to go. Oh my God, I have to give a compliment to Seattle. See how I'm trying to spread positive energy? So I walk in Seattle, and I know Seattle. I've traveled Seattle many of times. Well, not super many, but Alaskan Airlines self-check-in is so beautiful. That AI system, I hope it works right. Don't do that if it don't do it right. And it is so beautiful at that airport. So when I hear automation, sustainability, and AI assistant passenger movement, I think, yeah, AI Macatoam International Airport continues expanding with the goal of eventually becoming the largest airport by passenger capacity. Wow. Mm-mm. AI. Is that OWL or AI? Hmm. I know that it's AI. If I had to put my wild guess on it. Let's see what up. Yeah. It could be OWL too. Because that's how a little L look. I'll figure this out quick enough. I'm sorry. Okay, I got it right there. Boom. Figured it out. Yes, AI. Okay. Looked on my keyboard real fast. Because I'm so used to seeing eyes with it can be written many forms. Okay. So, because this is overseas where? They don't say where is that? That has to be, why would they name it AI my tone? That piques my interest. That's why I had to, because I'm like, is this what I'm really hearing? I want to know. That's my next question when hopefully I can get through all this. Okay. Modern airports are now being designed for more smart cities. Oh, I got to write the question. Why did they name it that, and where in the world is this? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Modern airports are now being designed for more like smart cities with facial recognition systems, automated luggage handling, AI driven security, electric ground transportation, sustainable energy infrastructure. They the first people to name their place. They never disputed. I had to know because I was like, is this really what I'm seeing? An airport named first AI. So I had to, my mind went blank. It made me go blank for a second because I'm like, is this owl? Because little L is just the same. It looks like a big I. So it's confusing. That's all I'm saying. That could be owl. Um, where are we at? The possibility of future airports and futuristic air travel systems. Future airports may look completely different from today's traditional designs. Possible future concepts include vertical, ooh, takeoff and landing hubs for flying taxis, underground high-speed transit connected to airports. We have that already. But just imagine it in the next 20 years. Fully autonomous passenger processing. Oh, that means I forgot what it means, y'all. If I had to guesstimate what it means, it's more of a no, I don't want to see nobody pull up as I'm trying to do thinking. Um, that's like a cruise control type thing. If I had to think of autonomous, I would think of cruise control. But just in case, and I'll explain it if it compares to that. Air air traffic control systems. That's pretty cool. Hydrogen, which is water. Power aircraft fuel. That would be so clean. Space plane launch facilities for suborbital. Oh yeah. Future travel systems may include hypersonic, which they are building right now, or probably already have, aircraft capable of flying from New York to Tokyo in under 3 hours. They're building that right now. Let me ask, aren't we already building the supersonic aircraft? Still, I'm just asking question now. Um, where was I at? Wow. There go that word again, y'all. Autonomous cargo aircrafts. Wow. Hyper air and space transportation, which is we know electrical and gas, air and space transportation vehicles. I thought y'all needed like fuel more. Wow. So it is the fifth dimension with Bruce Willis. Is that what they're talking about? Or is it because I thought you need a specific fuel or energy source to go out of space? And you give somebody that sort of power, they'll ghetto rig it to go further than the anticipated destination to get away from the scope of, and then they got to learn how to go out of space. Are y'all going to develop something where someone they start a whole process outside of the military, outside of SpaceX, that they can sign up to learn how to go out of space with AI and watch it be ghetto rigged? I mean, you got to think advanced species that keep crashing here. You don't think they had that on their spacecraft? I mean, Look at the spacecraft Bob Lazar worked on. Companies like SpaceX, Boom. Who is Boom? Now I know who Boom. Here comes the Boom. Supersonic. I help. Well, that answered my question. Help push the boundaries of future aerospace transportation. I can see Elon Musk saying it's not only to go down in history as somebody that made an aviation aircraft. It is safe to say to go down in history as the man who made the safest aircraft, to go down in history as a man who created a new type of science, a web 4 type of thing, a Star Trek type of thing. It's crazy. Military aircraft and stealth technology. Stealth technology was developed to reduce the visibility of aircraft to radar, infrared sensors, which is sensors that can detect some heat source, and they disable the visibility by stealth to radar, the standard radar, and enemy detection systems. Modern stealth aircraft use radar absorbing materials, special aircraft shapes, heat reduction systems. Wow, really? Before I read the rest, I don't even want to see it. Let me reread what I was going to come up with. I thought you needed some type of material to whether, I don't want to say it would have to be cotton, or I mean that would be the standard, like not with the military of course, but that would be something standard. Somebody that let's say somebody wanted to bootleg it or reverse engineer it, they would make something out of the same material that the military in China has developed in the military to go stealth, which means they use a cloth or some type of physical mirror image or some type of glass to reflect the actual image and make the person either look like he's missing a piece of him or like he's not even there, and the military do it too. So that's pretty cool. And I guess that's even better if you do it this way. I mean, to not be detected by the world standard absorbing radar, radar is is a science outside of military. Always intrigued me with the sciences outside of, or the physics outside of what they do. They always seem to find the next best thing. I hope they don't leave the first thing that got started behind. I would like to know the very first thing, not George Washington's story. I'm okay with that. But there were also 8 presidents behind or in front of him. So it's safe to say I don't know everything. But they developed the country. Stealth technology, military bases. Whoever started this and agreed. I don't know all my history. And whoever started it underground, because I heard something about somebody being underground, like 10 floors or something like that. Thank you. Like, you intrigued me. I'm like, don't forget about the very first military objective that you ever had beyond the scope of the 8 presidents before George Washington. What were those objectives? Because we were always fighting. I'm not talking about what's in the Bible or, yeah, I'm not saying it's yada, 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 but I'm saying when nothing was being written until someone said, here, write with a book, write with a stone, write with something, document this. And they're like, oh, yeah, 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 that makes sense. I mean, like, seriously. Or did they just come down with different languages? That would be even more intriguing. Because they each have a different language. But it makes sense to them, which means it makes sense. If it makes sense in history, that something that we don't know makes sense, that makes me mad that I cannot figure it out, but I know that it must make sense. If it makes sense in history and people study it hard, it must be of importance. Then they talk about ancient aliens. Advanced electronic warfare technology. Well, I know what that means. That means that um I don't want to say. Lockheed. F-117 Nighthawk. Northrop B-2 Sprint. Spirit. Lockheed. Sorry. Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. I need to know. Oh my God, don't do me like that. Oh my God, no. These are like bullet points, but you can copy them. Show me pics of these. Stealth technology changed modern warfare because aircraft could penetrate heavily defended areas with lower detection risks. The newest stealth aircraft discussed by President Donald Trump and the United States military. During and after his presidency, Donald Trump discussed the advanced military aircraft programs, including the upgraded F-35 Lightning II. Did I write that down? Yes. Hypersonic weapons development, future sixth generation fire programs, next generation air dominance. Who comes up with these things? Artificial intelligence assistance combat systems. That would be a easy fight unless there was an even advanced quantum weaponization system that was more advanced than infinite and can figure out every defense system how to beat that in trickery of infinite amount of ways. That's what you need to figure out. That's why I don't like to read. Oh my God. Just think about that for a second. Like a black poor girl like me figure that out. You got to think about that. And that's why the windows at the White House weigh 600 pounds. and they are impenetrable. I mean, not even the standard bullet can go through it. So I'm saying to myself, what are those windows made of? Artificial intelligence assistant combat systems, drone wingmen, advanced stealth capabilities, next generation engines, network battlefield technology. I think this is it. The U.S. military is also developing the B-21 Raider. Did I write that down? No. No, don't do that. Did you know that? Never mind. In a way, I won't say that. The B-21 is designed to replace older bombers in highly advanced combat environments. The first generation of weaponized aircraft ever built during World War One. Early aircraft were initially used for I know that is reconnaissance, but I just, when you read it versus saying it, it's weird. Surveillance, battlefield observation. Soon afterward, pilots began carrying. Okay, okay, okay. I think I'm reading that wrong, but if I really want to know that word, I can look it up on Google. That is one thing Google is where, you translate that word. How do you say that word? Lord Jesus. Everything looks so different sometimes. Let's see. Soon after, pilots began carrying pistols, rifles, small bombs. How do I know that more than reconnaissance? And I don't think that's the right name. That's definitely not the right word. Reconnaissance is something else. Eventually, aircraft evolved into dedicated fighters and bombers. I gotta know now. I'm sorry, it's just going to eat at me. Oh, that means I gotta open up a Google. You know what? That'll be it. Don't worry about that. Some famous early aircraft included Sopwith Camel, Fokker, Dr. I gotta know how those look too. These aircraft were primitive compared to today's jets, but they changed warfare forever. Dang, primitive. That's not a good word. This is a fancy word of saying outdated. Why civilian aircraft remain critical to global economies and transportation? Tourism, international trade, medical transportation, emergency response, global business operations. Without aviation, sorry, I'm looking at, you see what I'm looking at. Without aviation, supply chains would slow dramatically. Global economies would weaken. International commerce would become far less efficient. Major airlines such as United Airlines, Delta Airlines, Emirates, transport millions of passengers and cargo shipment every year. Thank you for what you do, all of the airlines. The evolution of older airplanes versus today's advanced aircraft technology. Older airplanes were, I was going to say that. I was thinking that. I was thinking that. I was thinking that. In the whole beginning, I was thinking that. I was like, they must run by analog. I'm sorry, that eat me up when sometimes I doubt myself, my mechanical navigation, limited communication systems. That's a scary airplane I wouldn't even want to be in. Today's aircraft features digital cockpits, fly-by-wire systems. What does that mean? AI assistant navigation, satellite. That's even better. That's out of space. How you gonna go wrong with satellite communication? Um, Advanced weather radar. Wow. I like composite materials. I don't even want to know. Compared to the early Wright Flyer. I know how that looked. I want to see another one. To modern aircraft like Boeing 787 Dreamliner, Airbus A350. Did I get it all? Did I get it all? No. Okay, I did. Okay. The technological leap is enormous. Boeing's newest aircraft developments in competition with China. Boeing continues developing more fuel efficient. Like, oh, they were talking about hydrogen. I think aircraft, digital flight systems, which is pretty cool. What's wrong with digital? Sustainable aviation technology. Recent Boeing projects include Boeing 777X, X is 25. Wait, 24. That's 3. Continued expansion of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner family. Meanwhile, China's aviation industry is growing rapidly. I'm missing them. I'm missing them. I'm missing them. Oh my God, I didn't know it was. How did I not know it was this many airplanes? Hopefully, he gets the pictures, or he may just tell me and kick me out and be like, hey, look, I can't give you all of those because it won't allow me. Because he's been coming up with some pictures too. I want to know how all of them look. I've seen some Americanized Chinese aircrafts that say certain Chinese they don't say it in Chinese, they actually say it in Mandarin. Um no, they say it in a certain way where their language is Americanized to the Chinese. That is kind of like Mandarin, but you can see the words like Shanghai, China. They don't say China. It means China in America, but they don't say it. it's in Mandarin, the little form of painting, and then it could be a certain other language. I admire them. They have over 300 Mandarin languages. Like, that's a lot of painting of images that can go different, of lines that can go different ways. I've never heard of these plans. China is investing heavily on aerospace engineering, AI systems, aircraft manufacturing independence, the possible future airplane of tomorrow. The airplane of tomorrow may include artificial intelligence, co-pilot. Oh, they're not called a captain, they're called a co-pilot. I'm glad I got that out of the way. Future fully autonomous flight capability. Oh, that's scary. But yeah. I would trust it. But we can't have stuff like that happen with Waymo cars where airplanes end up in China when Dallas was only going to Houston, Texas. Like, yeah. So, and Waymo need to get it right. Someone need to be held accountable. Someone made the AI. Did you not make the AI right purposefully? Don't let those cars end up in a neighborhood where people got to get in and out. Even I would know from scratch, using Grok, of course, and ChatGPT, how to create my own Waymo car. And it would be foolproof, where it would be no errors, unless I decided to cut corners for pocketure of money. Because this is causing a huge problem in wherever this happened at. And imagine that happening in the air, when air is federal regulations kind of more relaxed, with people actually flying low levels. A lot of people are going to be signing up. Or it'll just be autonomous, which I think that's what autonomous means. Flight capability, hydrogen propulsion, electric engines. We have that. Oh my God, that would be so cool. What kind of engines they got now? What kind of power they use now? That makes no sense. Supersonic and hypersonic speeds. I don't need a question for that. Advanced. We know what super is, and we know what hyper is. Advanced anti-turbulence systems. Cool. That would be so. I never thought of that. But I didn't. But in all of the back of our minds that know spaceships and what they say, it might entail or show us what it entails. It's not that they're lying about something, they show us what it entails. The anti turbulence in those flights are beautiful. And so, in the back of your minds, believe it or not, you had that thought, believe it or not, kind of messed you up a little bit because you see it with your own eyes in black and white. I never seen nothing in color yet, unless it's been painted or AI imaged. But in the back of your minds, when you saw the way Hollywood made those spacecrafts look just right, and if some of you seen S4, which I do plan, that's on my bucket list to see, having that, which they already showed you, they have. But just imagine what they will have. The jets that fly and sink. It's not just the pilots, I guess that's what they call them, that fly the craft. It's whatever systems. It's like you have to have a host. And they just, no one ever sneeze or accidentally miscalculate. I mean, it happens, and I don't ever want it to happen. This isn't no hot tub time machine. But I want y'all to know that the people that do that is locked in. And if these are military systems, they are locked in. Now, imagine that for a plane. I would love to see it. That would be a lot of money. So that's the next 45, 50 years. And now if Elon Musk and someone else can come out, with money to invest more into it, where or whoever big billionaire people come in and invest more into the airport system, because we're coming out with the newest wave from China, the Boeings that are coming our way, but they're not nearly, anti-turbulence. They do kind of have anti-turbulence. If you think about it, don't laugh at me, because the plane itself, when it could be a lot worse. Imagine the Wright brothers plane, which hopefully we're about to see in a second. And like, yeah, that thing could have just fell apart. And it did a couple times, I believe. And yeah, virtual cockpit displays. That's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Smart future cabins may include or feature smart windows. No, that's a little tricky. What would be so smart about a window? Are you going to show me something? I mean, we could go deep into saying, show me something from another frequency, but don't sit up there and show me a fake area. I get it. Facebook do it all the time. He showed AI is cool. AI is great. However, I like the views. And what would a smart window do? Personalized climate systems. We have that already. But this would be really cool if we had heat or you know, real-time translation. We do. We do. Funny, funny, funny. Biometric boarding. Face. What? Whoa. I want to know what that is. Some future concepts might imagine aircraft with blended wing designs that can reduce fuel consumption dramatically. The oldest aviation technology compared to new data-driven systems. The earliest aviation technologies included fabric wings. Wow. Wow. But smart. Wow. If it wasn't for you, people wouldn't have jumped on it. Wooden structures, manual controls, basic engines. Well done. You thought of it like a person. Cover up the wings with a fabric, the wooden structures to hold it together, the physical manual controls. I don't know how that looks, but it's controls. He has to maneuver it. And the basic, he thought of a person. Everything that's an engine is just like built like a person. If you look at everything that's created, it's built like a person. They get their admiration or they admire the person, um, the body inside. I always go, when I get my oil change, I always call them doctors because they're mechanic doctors. Everything in that engine. And it's amazing. If a man can't be a doctor and he could be a mechanic, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't ever want to do it because your hands get all crazy. But I don't want to do the gut part and the heart and lungs and everything. I just rather drive it and make sure I maintain it as a consumer of that car. Beautiful thing. Today's system includes AI predictive maintenance, cool, autonomous navigation, digital twins for aircraft testing. I don't know what that is. I think I know what that is. I want to know what that is. Advanced flight simulators. Oh, that's pretty quick. That is pretty cool. I wonder how it used to, well, we know how it used to look, but they had to have some type of GPS in there. Of course, they had to figure out how to come back from their destination. But to do it back in the day like that, how people use the North Star, how people used to follow, the slaves used to follow. I mean, golly. And we always praise God for that. The slaves went down in history. Harriet Tubman from the Eastern Shore went down in history. The Wright brothers went down in history. But it's amazing to me. They had to have, it's no way. How did you find, there was no lights to light up like in the halfway point. There was absolutely no newer model, nothing to show where you were other than what was made on ground. And back then, I believe it was mostly dirt. There were no roads yet, really. So the only thing he had to navigate off of is photographic memory if he did not have a GPS system or a compass type system. And he made sure he looked at his checkpoint when he flew up, his destination. I don't know where he went. He went somewhere. They respected him after that. I know that. But yeah, the Wright brothers, North Carolina. Okay. Real time satellite monitoring. Didn't you? I thought you. Now, that's exactly what I just said. Mm. Modern aircraft can process enormous amount of information instantly. AI systems are increasingly helping pilots, air traffic controllers, maintenance crews, airline logistics operation. I mean, I'm not saying they don't fly that aircraft by themselves because they do. But if you're working in logistics, you have to be keeping track of almost every airplane, how many passengers is in there, the statistics of history of that one plane. Did it go out of order? You have to keep in contact. People think I'm slow. I'm not slow. Dang. Operations. The history of Area 50. Yay. The history of Area 51. Area 51 is a highly classified military facility located within the Nevada Test and Training Range. It became famous during the Cold War because secret aircraft were tested there. Military projects remain secret aircraft. Military projects remain highly classified. The government rarely acknowledged its existence for decades. That's what I mean. Take me to the person that started the underground. You heard of the underground. What was it called? The underground tunnel or network? I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't want to damage that. The underground tunnel. Okay. I'm going to go with that. With Harriet Tubman doing that with the North Star and developing systems of traffic amongst like the black people. But what I want to know, and that was good what she did, but that was just called an underground tunnel where they hid amongst the trees. I want to meet the people, and y'all seen the structure that developed underground, literal underground tunnels before all of this that remained hidden, that came up the surface, that drew people to them, that spread it Americas and all of the continents up, that managed to make the world work in its favor, that waited for other beings to come down, that mingles with other beings that come down. That's as closest to an alien or advanced civilization. I want to meet them. I thank them. More military spacecraft. Okay. Aircraft reportedly tested near Area 51 included Lockheed U-2, Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, early stealth aircraft prototypes. I gotta know how these stuff. Come on. Ah. Oh no. Go up, go up. Its secrecy fueled decades of conspiracy theories and UFO speculation. Stories and testimonies from individuals connected to Area 51. Over the decades, former workers, military personnel, and civilians have claimed unusual experiences connected to Area 51. Some describe testing of advanced aircraft, highly secure or high security operation. Dang, who can you trust on that, babe? She be like, you drop a pen. No, you find a pen and put it in your pocket. Sir, give me the pen. And you be like, it's just a pen. Top secret. And then once you get the pen, he'd be like, give me the pen for suspicion reasons. So I can take it to them. They want the pen. They want the pen. A usual nighttime flight activity. One of the most controversial figures associated with Area 51 discussion is Bob Lazar. Lazar claimed he worked on reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology near a site called S4. His claims were mainly heavily disputed and unverified. Many aviation historians believe much of the mystery surrounding Area 51 came from secret military aircraft testing during the Cold War. You know, it's funny. I say to myself, you don't talk about an alien and expect the alien not to help you when you're wholeheartedly in it for the alien or plural aliens. I mean, as much as I've seen UFO and unidentified aircraft reports over the decades. UFO reports have existed for decades across multiple countries. The US government has investigated. How you going to investigate your own stuff? That's so funny to me. Wow, and unknown stuff within the universe. So you not only invest, let me not say that, allegedly. Let me end with allegedly. The government, they always say that. The government knows everything. No way they're going to allow somebody in their airspace, let alone someone else's airspace of a foreign interstellar nature that is not for this country. No, they investigate a lot of stuff. Some famous cases include Roswell incident, military pilot sightings, radar tracking anomalies. What does that mean? Occurrences. What does this mean? Navy encounter videos released publicly in the recent years. Some reports may involve experimental aircraft, sensor errors, atmospheric phenomenon. Dang, if you can mess with the atmosphere. Others remain unexplained. The term UAP, unidentified anomalous, hold on. Whoa, go back up. UFOs. What's anomalies? Whoa. How you got radar tracking anomalies, but don't know what an what? How? Only thing I can think of right now, and I shouldn't get banned, is if whatever spacecraft is there, intel is being given between the planets. But they make sure they give a gift to us and we give a gift to them. However, whoever comes down to the world or whatever in our area has to have a certain, and it must be a certain radius. And our area must not have a lot of people really exploring it. And let me explain. Because to have that type of technology would mean that we got stuff out in the universe. That means that you radar check things of a phenomenon. How do you have that technology? Naval encounter videos released publicly. Okay. Some reports experimental aircraft sensory error atmospheric phenomenon. The term UAP, unidentified anomalous, which hence anomalies, unidentified, and that's how I figured it out. Unexplained current phenomenon. I want to know now. I gotta open some word rock. Let me see if I can spell that. What does anomalous? No, mean. How can you read something as a prediction that you cannot predict? That's the story. The importance of airplanes, both large and small. National defense. Airplanes remain essential for national defense, global transportation, humanitarian missions, medical evacuation, scientific research, cargo transportation. Yes. Large commercial aircraft connected to the world economically and culturally, while smaller aircraft serve rural communities. Emergency services, military reconnaissance. Our, I know with recovery. I want to know. Gather intelligence. without being detected. What? So commanders can make better decisions. That's what we've been doing. So it's nothing like a oh moment. Um, recover information. I know that is in the military using it because I it's more than it than that now that I know. But hmm, okay. Could it mean recovery too? I was thinking recovery. How would you word that if factual? Okay. Mm-hmm. Some people, it says collecting information, but recover is the same thing. Military recover refers to locating. I'm sorry, y'all. When I get back to the other side, I will make sure I read, but I have to speed through this. Sorry, y'all. I don't laugh at me. Yup. Damn it, but the wrong word. It always have a word. You know, they use the big fancy words. I say recover, tomato, tomato, but it complements each other. Yes. But dang, hold on. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Thank you for teaching me. Don't, when information gathering happen, you have to recover that. Dang, you gonna make me work for this girl. Is it scientific? Yes. It's used scientifically and technically, especially in military science, earth, geography, environmental, remote. Okay, you recover a rock. But do you recover intelligence? Yes. But I guess y'all fancy words don't go with that. I get it. And I'm okay with saying it that way. But I say tomato, tomato, recover. It complements each other. You said it in here. Now that I know the word, it's a Latin root. You know, now I know a little bit more. You know how people be like, they be like, don't let them put a root on you. This is how it's funny, man. But I want you to know when I look at that, and they never give away the real code, because the root is nothing but a code, which is the root, the beginning of the word, which is recuperate, rare, to regain or restore. Don't it sound kind of like gathering an observation? No, I get it. You're saying you're just gathering. There's no regain of anything. Observation. To observe, to look at something. Restore is to restore something, which comes from recuperate or recovery. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, from the first propeller aircraft to advanced stealth bombers and AI-assisted jets, aviation continues shaping the future of humanity. Make it under to, I want to say 1,500 words. Please show me. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. Where's those pictures? I want to say, oh, I get to see them. Okay. Don't get too happy. AI market Toem International Airport. Why is the name that? And where is it? Oh my God, that dude from Telegraph is located there. That is a Russian nationalist. The airport is named after the AI Marketing family, the royal family in Dubai. Oh, ow. I, it's either I or ow. The family has led, just like I said, look how led look, Dubai for generations. I don't know how that's pronounced. There's no way to tell if I or L because in this situation, because you see how it's pronounced. Very rare and delicate. The family has led Dubai for generations and played a major role in transforming the city into a global center for aviation, tourism, business, to international trade. The airport is a part of a massive development area called Dubai South and is expected to become one of the largest airports in the world. Pretty cool. What does autonomous mean? It means something that can operate partially or fully. We have that already on its own without constant human control, cruise control. For aircraft, autonomous systems include self flying navigation, AI assisted landing, automatic collision avoidance, drone operations without on-board pilots. What would the pilots be doing? Modern airplanes already use partial air automation through autopilot systems, but future aircraft could become far more independent using artificial intelligence. Are we already building hypersonic or supersonic aircraft? Yes, but there's a difference. Supersonic, hyper than the speed of sound, Mach 1. How fast is Mach? How fast is Mach? Oh, is it plus one or is one plus space? Hypersonic. That is what they were doing Mach 3. They said these spacecrafts go Mach 3 to Mach 5. Oh, don't mess it up. The retired Concorde was supersonic. Oh, I gotta see that. Hold on, y'all. Oh my God, I'm trying to copy and paste it. Come on. Show a picture. New companies like Boom Supersonic, which is Mach 1, are developing modern supersonic Mach 1 passenger jets. Hypersonic, they go through a lot of fuel out here. Hypersonic passenger aircraft are still mostly experimental because engineers must solve extreme heating problems, fuel efficiency, safety challenges, and noise. Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, that's pretty fast. If successful, future aircraft could potentially fly New York to Tokyo in under 3 hours. That is beautiful. I would catch that flight. This is the Lockheed. Look at that. What do you need all that for? There's each inch of it. That's a lot of learning. I just know a GPS navigation system and all that other good stuff is in it. That's all I can say about it. And I'm happy with that. I don't want to know. This is this one that he has on his desk that has stealth. It's beautiful. How many people are in it? Just imagine the capabilities. Imagine those capabilities. I mean, to the naked eye, we see that. Let's just be honest. To the naked eye, this is, and it's beautiful. Oh my God. Is this some type of Transformers type shit? 'Cause those look just like two eyes right there. The nose. You know, you always think of a person when drawing a spacecraft like that. You see it carefully, the two dots right there. And that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Then we would be talking. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all of that. Everything. It's like a computer. I mean, we know it's part computer. But just imagine what else it can do. All those drawings, they got tattoos on them, but they don't got, this is military grade tattoo stuff. I know tattoo on them for no reason. Okay. Oh, how do I get out of here? Hold on. Okay. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. Wow. How can you fly that thing? Okay. Me get out of here. That's the view too. Each of them carries some sort of significance. Look at that jet fuel engine. I know that ain't gasoline. If it is, I could be wrong. But that look like a other type of fuel. America, this is what the military has invested in us. Oh my God, I see another face. It's starting to look weird to me. Down here, y'all. I'll show y'all. Look at that. If you know, it would be really cool, but I could be wrong. If each of them have different faces because it could be a clue because of different older but still relevant and probably already had the technology. This is just my theory. I'm a theorist. Like that looked like a Mayan symbol, kind of, or some type of foreign thing, but look carefully when I zoom in. Do you see it now? Well, we know that ain't the booty part, even though it's the back part. That's beautiful. That look like a bird, yo. Why haven't I seen this before? Y'all say it. The ones that see it see what I'm saying. If I had to describe it, I would say it's beyond Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Playing the last board game. What can I see? Where can I see? What can I see? Can't see nothing. I seen enough. Beautiful. Lockheed Martin F. Look, I already see it. Lord Jesus. I you see how you chasing? Wait. Let me don't do it. This is how you chase the night. This is something that some of y'all have seen, but having never experienced on a plane. Ah, where is it at? Right there. That is the most, I mean, y'all see it on foot, but to see it in the air. Look at that. Look at that circular thing. Very cute and savvy. Just I may not be able to see anything, but one of these wings to this is like the ears. And I guess that's what you call sonar or whatever that stuff is called. Now I see it. That is so beautiful. Who is the people who the geniuses that crafted this stuff? I wouldn't have developed it no other way. Oh my God. Am I still online? Cool. Cool. Am I off? Everything is kosher. Okay, I'm not watching no videos, just pictures. Damn. Just imagine that rolling up on a civilization 100 years or two, let's just say 200 years behind us. Imagine that. They'd be like, oh, that's God. Well, that's an advanced civilization. Dang. Where do you located? That's a big hangar, yo. They don't waste gas, I tell you that. Dang. Beautiful. God bless that. And everywhere else. Dang. That's the U.S. Air Force. That's the future. That's the now. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Whoever gets to fly that thing is they go to work like SpongeBob every day. I'm ready. I'm ready. I would be like that, dog. How do you pronounce reconnaissance? Okay. Reconnaissance. Okay, yeah. It means military. Okay, we know that. Let's keep going. The spot. Oh my God, these are the older plays. Look at this. Wow. That got us the victory. I'll tell you that. And it's not, I fail to believe it had limited resources. Wow. Dang. Well done. Put some clothes on the top. Put some air and lungs in it. Some gas in it. It's crazy. I won't even say what I was thinking. Amazing. They haven't changed in a way. Only the top part, they smushed it together for a more convenient and sleeker look. Oh, they even got special ones. Wow, that is beautiful, yo. They wanted to look unique like that, but this is the Wright brothers' uniqueness. They just freaked it. Beautiful. More balance. But why? I'm curious to know why 3 levels of arms so you can balance out the wooden. I know it has something to do with that wooden wheel or whatever, the spinner. Okay. What else? Look at this, man. They like flying on a dream. That is technology at its finest. This is not even real. Like, let's see. He just knew the wind factors. And then his smart genius, but knew and probably have practiced many times before. Just, I'll say this. There are some great people and chosen ones. And we just go by in history, not really internalizing this. Some billionaires, they hear it over and over and over about the greatest. And they like to spread the love to see who is worthy enough that want to know as much as they want to know about this world and universe. That was historic, y'all. To put some material on, eh, to put some material on and some wooden objects. This don't even look like it has an engine. But based on the trajectory, this, how did he do this? Look, no engine. Now I see something. It's in development. Cool. So 1900s, he flew. 1902, he flew a little bit differently. He added a sector. 1901, he he kind of spaced it out. 1903, he started to add wind fans. That is NASA's, when you in NASA, hey Pamela, I love you, girl. When you in NASA, you made it. Now, modern aircrafts, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. We used to seeing aircrafts like this. Beautiful. I love those aircraft. I love all of them. You know, um, Beautiful. And that's what they see. Dang, they couldn't get anything that they got them looking like the 70s in there with the cotton seats. You see the fur? Buddy, that's beautiful, man. Dang. I would never want to fly, but that's beautiful. Except do my due diligence and be a good citizen and veteran in y'all airplane. What is this? Dang, what airplane is this? I'm just kidding. That would be cool to be in something like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. That's all I be. Look at that structure. That wasn't like that in the 1900s. So he had to calculate how to get back just flying on his belly in the prone position. How easy is that? Roswell haven't happened yet. Chosen ones. Whoa. Why would you have that right there? That's a scary thing. Is that fake? Does that sector close? Mm. Mm-mm. What it? I don't want to know. They got it under control. There's no way somebody's stupid enough to do that shit anymore. But you have scares every now and then when people thinking they can do some stupid shit like that. That's a big, big flight. Thank you. Dang. Beautiful. Thank you, Pamela. You take care. And if you keep liking it still, God bless you. Seriously. God bless you. God bless you all out there. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? This is Mandarin, but usually you see something domesticated with an English Chinese type word. But this is just straight Mandarin, but it has a code on it, an American code, which means that it's in compliance. Look at all those people in China. They're like, we stand by our aircraft. Comac. See? That's what it's called. Comac. Electrical engines for future airplanes. What is used now? Today, most airplanes use jet engines powered by aviation fuel, Jet A fuel. Told you. I knew it was not no gasoline from down the street. I knew it wasn't no gasoline. They need to preserve the type of, you know, fuel. Turbofan engines that burn fuel and push hot air backwards for thrust. Yeah, because like when they take off, I'll be like, Lord Jesus, in the depths of heaven, please don't let nothing happen. Future electric aircraft may use battery powered electrical motors. Okay. Hybrid, but you still use electric. Okay, a battery. They have a battery too, but electric. Okay, I get it. I get it. Electric motors. Hybrid, which is electric and gas or fuel, a jet fuel, combining fuel and electricity, which is a very good idea. Hydrogen fuel cells. That's pretty cool. Benefits could include lower pollution, reduced noise, lower operation costs. The biggest challenge is battery weight and energy storage for long flights. What does biometric boarding mean? Okay, I thought so. Facial recognition, fingerprints, eye scan. So they said autonomous biometrical boarding instead of traditional paper tickets. Passengers may simply walk to the gate, have their face scanned, automatically board the air. But what happens to the TSA agents? A lot of people go be on cameras just watching. This speeds up airport security and boarding. More stuff. This is cool. It's oh my God, look at that. That is beautiful. I only imagine that thing look mean. That thing look like it will put you out, and it carries some weight. Mm. Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. Okay, we know something is in there. Dang. Hmm. This is the early stuff. Okay. It's pretty cool, DARPA. You don't want to mess with a name like DARPA. You call DARPA yip yapping like a little chihuahua, they're gonna lock you. It's always key. This is all in love, seriously. Look at that. That is unique. Oh, look at that. I'm thinking out of the box. Dang, that is so cool, man. Where do y'all get the sketches from? What does radar tracking anomalies mean? Radar anomaly means radar detects something unusual or unclear. Possible causes include weather disturbances, birds, experimental aircraft, equipment glitches, atmospheric effects, unknown flying objects. Sometimes radar systems may show objects moving unusually fast, sudden disappearances, strange flight patterns. Not every radar anomaly means extraterrestrial activity. Many have ordinary explanations, while others remain unexplained. So I hope that answers your questions. Hold on. I hope that answers you guys. I was on here for 2 hours. It was well worth it. Thank you for all those beautiful images. Where do you get it from? Just a bunch of scientists, like one curvature off. Every inch of those aircrafts, from the paint that's on it, the material, you might as well say, to the color, to the technology. Who makes them? I don't want to forget that sentence. Who makes our military craft? Oh, and who makes our aircraft? This is the last part for the Air Force. How fast is Mach 1 to Mach 5? Mach measures speed compared to speed of sound. The speed of sound changes slightly depending on altitude and temperature. Okay. But near sea level, Mach 1 is 767 miles per hour. Mach 2 is 1,534 miles per hour. Mach 3 is 2,301 miles per hour. Mach 5 is 3,836 miles per hour. That's a lot of miles. And they notice spacecrafts just diving in the water in Mach 5, between Mach 3 and Mach 5. What these terms mean: subsonic, below Mach 5, which is less. We don't see each other doing 500 miles per hour unless we're traveling 60 miles per hour to get 500 miles to the destination. So that's less than 767 miles per hour. Supersonic, between 767 miles per hour and 1,534 miles per hour. Hypersonic, wow, I don't even want to know. But I'm very impressed. Mach Hypersonic is Mach 5 or faster, and we only went up to 5 Machs. For comparison, the modern commercial jet uses around 550, cruises around 550 to 600 miles per hour. That's less than Mach 1, like they said, subsonic. The Concorde flew at Mach 2, which was, damn, it's retired now, right? I believe you said it's retired, which was 1,534 miles per hour. The Lockheed, which is fairly newer, SR-71 Blackbird could exceed Mach 3, I believe. I think this was the retired one. I don't want to know. Good. Now I know. Classified. That is beautiful. One last question. Who is the head of the Lockheed Martin manufacturer? Picture of the CEO of this manufacturer. This is the last one. Oh, don't do me dirty. I know it's time to get off of here. Let's work together. Hold on, I may have to do it again. Anything like that. Oh, it's slowing down. No. Hold on. Let me stop. Hold on, let me hover over this. Okay, here we go. I seen him before. Oh my God, he be on Fox News. Wow. He sat up there and he's in process. He been in process. He was online. There's machines behind him working, just working. Their job is for their little arm to take an object and move it over and do processes. and stuff. And I'm like, dang, they happy to do their work. Let me show you. And then, come on. Him. Dang. He previously worked in aerospace leadership, telecommunications, the Air Force. Lockheed Martin builds many famous military aircraft, the F-35 Lightning II, the F-22 Raptor, U-2, and works on defense, on advanced. Really? Anyway, that's my cue. I've showed too much. Um, it was an honor talking about this, and thank you to the people who stayed on. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see y'all another time.